Hi everyone, this is WABC Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg with Weather or Not, sponsored by TD Bank. Well, we have a lot on our plate this week. It's another active pattern. We'll start out with some snow on Tuesday night, but not for the entire area. And it's the first of 3 storms that we'll deal with from now all the way into the weekend. And as we get deeper into the storm parade, it's more of a mixed terrain, whereas this storm, there's no questions about precipitation type. It's only snow. But the question is, we're right on the northern fringe, or not the question, but the deal is we're right on the northern fringe of this particular system, so it could be snow or no, depending on where you are. Well, we did get some snow over the weekend, over 3 inches in Central Park, and now since December 1st, double-digit snowfall, 10.4 inches, nearly 10.5 inches. The average snowfall, of course, is still above that, over 17 inches, but when you talk about last winter, being 7.5 inches already above the seasonal snowfall from last year. And it's the snowiest season now since the 21-22 winter, when we had nearly 18 inches of snow. So it's definitely snowier south. We know the theme there. The farther north you go, the lower impact the storm will be. The farther south you go, the better chance you have of getting 3, 4, maybe even 5 or 6 inches over southernmost Ocean County. So it's really a southern New Jersey special for Tuesday night. And by the way, this can start coming in by late afternoon or evening over southern areas, but I don't think it gets into New York City till well after the evening commute. The second storm we deal with comes on Wednesday night. Now that's going to be an initial hit of snow and ice and then go over to rain. So once we get into Wednesday evening, travel could get a little tricky, and then it'll get wet later Wednesday night and early Thursday. And this will be leaving the area as we dawn Thursday. And then the rest of the day should be quiet as clouds break for a little sun. So I'm more concerned about the Wednesday evening travel. The third storm, which we don't have alerted yet just because we're several days away, but if it were coming up in the next day or two, I would throw an alert on that just because we'll have a mix going to a soaking rain. So that'll start late Saturday afternoon as a mix of snow and rain, but it's an even warmer storm, and it's kind of a juicier storm. This one could actually give us an inch of liquid, whereas, you know, the storm coming in for Tuesday night, the liquid equivalent's probably somewhere around 0.15, 0.2, maybe 0.3 to the south. We go up to about a ½ inch of liquid with the second storm, and then the third storm could be pushing an inch. But at least we're getting multiple opportunities to help our drought situation. Now, in terms of advisories and alerts, notice we do not have alerts out for New York City and Long Island, even though we could get light accumulations of snow, which could make travel problematic. But we're more confident about the Monmouth and Ocean County snow. And this is from 7 in the evening Tuesday to 7 Wednesday for a few inches of snow and slippery roads. And notice down toward Atlantic City, there's a winter storm warning. Best chance there for getting a ½ a foot of snow, and that's down toward the D.C. area. That's really where the heart of this storm is. So we start with the Futurecast on Tuesday morning with some breaks in the clouds. The high deck is coming in. It's thickening up. We're cold, teens and mid-20s, so the cold and dry air is certainly in place. And there's going to be a sharp cutoff with this. So initially, we might get some snowflakes coming in during the evening commute over parts of Ocean County, maybe right along the Jersey Shore. But I don't think it's an impactful issue in terms of the evening commute in and around New York City or the nearby suburbs. And then that snow will start creeping up the coast. And the question is, I mean, how far north is it going to get? This particular piece of weather guidance never brings it to I-287. Ultimately, I think this is going to verify a little farther north. I mean, even some snow showers into the Hudson Valley. But accumulating snows, it might be inside the I-287 corridor is where we have some accumulations. And then other than some, scattered dustings off to the north and west, we're not seeing much at all. Yet you go down to the south and you've got some good snows here, and obviously cold enough to snow and stack up, and we can get several inches in southern New Jersey. And while this might be leaving New York City between 3 and 6 in the morning, we might hold on to some snows, Monmouth and Ocean, right into the early morning hours, even some flurries after that. And that's why we're stacking up the totals. But notice, you just don't have much of a window to see snowfall to the north and the drier air winds out. We go through the day on Wednesday and it's a break, but it's mostly cloudy, it's chilly, we're in the low and middle 30s, and then the next system starts to approach. So with storm number 1, north and west of I-287, we're looking at a trace up to an inch. And a trace is not measurable snow. I mean, talking snow showers, flakes in the air. We're not forecasting, I mean, maybe there's a flurry far to the north, but you know, when you go to Sullivan, Ulster, and Dutchess County, northern part of those counties, it's really a non-event. But we get to that I-287 corridor, that's when we might be start talking about coatings to about an inch. And even in this 1 to 3 inch area over north central New Jersey and in New York City and Long Island, I don't know that I'd favor the higher end of the range with this. I think we're so close on the northern side, but a 1 to 3 inch snowfall, and then that'll ramp up in a hurry. For instance, if you're taking the Garden State Parkway, you're going to go into a steady snow as you go through Monmouth and Ocean County, and the opportunity for 6 might be a little out of reach, but 3 to 5s, and if there's going to be a 6, it would be in the southern tip of Ocean County, maybe near Stafford Township, down toward Little Egg Harbor, and of course down to Atlantic City. So taking the futurecast a little deeper in time here as we go into Wednesday evening, look how we start to see some areas of snow, some sleet and freezing rain, and rain come in during the evening hours. And there could be a coating to maybe an inch or so, maybe an inch or two well north and west. And I think we'll change over to rain in New York City by midnight, but still have a period of icing for a few hours off to the north. In fact, not sure that we ever go to straight rain in our far northern suburbs. So even could be a little icy for the Thursday morning commute well to the north, but it's rain across much of the area and temperatures above freezing, and by Thursday morning it's actually gone. So there would just be some icy spots and not much precipitation really going on as we approach dawn Thursday. Maybe a little leftover rain shower or some sleet and freezing rain well to the north. In fact, Thursday some breaks in the clouds start to develop during the afternoon hours. The initial snow off the top, I think that's a little overdone there in New York City, but do I think we could put down some slushy coatings here and maybe an inch or two off to the north and west before we change over to rain? Yeah, that's a possibility. So Wednesday night, it's snow going to rain at night. By Thursday, we have some early rain, but otherwise that'll clear out and some breaks during the afternoon hours. Your Valentine's Day, a nice little perfectly timed break, but it's chilly for your evening plans, so layer up. And then that high will move off to the east. Saturday during the daylight hours, probably until maybe early afternoon, I think we're okay. Mid-afternoon on, all bets are off. There might be a little area of snow and ice off to the north and west. That could even go down into the city, and then we're just going to go over to straight rain, and it looks like we really could be pouring Saturday night into a good part of Sunday. I know it lasts through the morning hours, not sure it lasts all day. Long range outlook time of whether or not it is going to stay chilly. We've already, of course, had a chilly month. The storms are going to be a little bit more spread out. Where they're bunched up this week, we'll widen them out a little bit, but that means one could be a little stronger and maybe a coastal system next week. So when I show you the overall pattern, it's been more of a zonal flow, a west to east jet stream. And there's some cold air in place on Tuesday. So again, you have your all snow event, but then it's not as simple after that. You get more amplified jet streams. So storms are moving a little slower. They also can get a little stronger. So by the time we get to Wednesday night, we've got that mix going to rain. A little cold shot with that quiet weather on Valentine's Day. That moves out, and again, another surge of warm air will overtake the cold air that's in place on Saturday, and ultimately we go to a soaking rain later Saturday night and into Sunday. Well, behind that storm, there's a good shot of polar air, so that's stronger than any of the cold shots that we're getting this week. And with that in place, and if this upper low is to develop over the lakes, well, now we've got a storm track where you see the warm air is suppressed offshore, and we have a more likely coastal route here and the chance for some snow or maybe an East Coast snowstorm. That would be sometime in the Wednesday, Thursday time period next week if this is the orientation of the pattern. So that's what we'll be looking at as we go into next week. So when we talk about temperatures moving forward, over the next 10 days, notice, we have that spike on Thursday, the chilly Valentine's Day, the rain that's coming Saturday night into Sunday pumps temperatures up, and then temperatures go below average for a while and favors snow as we go into next week. And in fact, the Climate Prediction Center has below normal temperatures favored from the 18th to the 24th of February. And in fact, it also is coupled with above normal precipitation. So maybe we have some snow chances coming up as we go through next week. Here's your AccuWeather forecast. So morning hours, we're in the 20s. Cold air is in place, cold and dry air, mostly cloudy, very cold, teens north and west. Through the day, nothing more than just mainly cloudy skies, kind of cold and gray day. We won't have the AccuWeather alert during the day, although late in the day, especially over Ocean County, we can get some snow showers moving in. Then it's snow and flurries tomorrow night. We will put the AccuWeather alert. Now, this is not applying to those of you who are listening or watching whether or not in our far northern suburbs. It's not impactful like that. This is about snow south, little or no snow well to the north, and in between, the AccuWeather alert's in play for New York City, even the nearby northern suburbs, just because a slick coating can obviously cause some problems for you as we go through your Tuesday night, and could be a couple slick spots lingering on Wednesday morning. So other than a morning flurry on Wednesday, that'll leave. Most of the day is cloudy, and then at night, we talk about that mix coming in. Again, initially, we got a hit of snow, maybe a little ice, and then going over to some rain. Once we get into Thursday morning, some early rain, and then clouds will break for some sunshine. So again, liquid equivalent here, couple tenths, maybe 15 hundredths, about a ½ inch of liquid here. We've got a breakthrough Friday, Valentine's Day. Saturday by afternoon, a little snow or mix starts to develop. We go to rain, which could be a soaking rain into Sunday, and this could be over an inch of liquid equivalent here. We're 45 on Sunday, and that will be the warmest day for a while. We are really chilly despite sunshine on Monday. We'll see if that storm opportunity presents itself midweek next week. All right, that's your latest information on whether or not. Thanks, as always, for listening. I urge you to keep up to date with this close call for Tuesday night snow all day long. I'll continue to post on all of our platforms. Just because we're on the northern fringe, there's some high bust potential with this, because obviously a little jog to the south, and you're talking about a non-event even down into New York City, whereas a little jog to the north and you're talking more significant. Right now, I think we're in a good high percentage spot, talking about a 1 to 3 inch snowfall in New York City, lesser amounts north, and more significant amounts where we have the winter weather advisories over Monmouth and Ocean County. So stay tuned. Thanks again for listening to Whether or Not. We will see you next time, rain, snow, or shine.